I wake up at 5:47 a.m. every weekday, 3 minutes before the alarm. My body knows the routine. Coffee first. Black. 2 scoops from the canister Lena bought at Costco. The kitchen is quiet except for our 10-year-old refrigerator and Daisy's tail thumping against her bed. Lena sleeps until 6:30. Her auburn hair spreads across the pillow, and at 42, she looks younger than her years. Corporate life agrees with her. The stress keeps her thin, the travel keeps her interesting. I'm 45, a high school math teacher at Jefferson High. Algebra 2 and pre-calculus. Same job for 12 years, same commute, same lunch packed at 6:15. The kids stumble downstairs at 6:45. Mason first, 13 and all elbows. Ellie follows, 10 years old and already more organized than her brother. Lena appears at 7:05, dressed in her corporate uniform, navy blazer, white blouse, heels that click against our hardwood floors. Coffee's fresh, I tell her. She pours a travel mug. Morrison account presentation this morning, then lunch with the regional team. She kisses my cheek without looking. Can you handle pickup? I might be late. Sure, I reply. Same conversation for months. She's busy. I handle things. I drop the kids at Jefferson, park in the faculty lot, walk through the same glass doors. My classroom is room 237, 32 desks in rows, a whiteboard covered in yesterday's equations. At 3:15, I collect Mason and Ellie. They climb into my Honda Civic. Mason plugs in his phone. Ellie tells me about art class. Where's Mom? She asks. Work meeting, I say. Always the same answer. We drive to our quiet neighborhood where every house looks like ours. I unlock the front door while Daisy barks inside. Snacks first, then homework while I prep dinner. Tonight it's spaghetti and meat sauce from a jar. Lena used to cook elaborate meals, but work has gotten busier. Dad, why doesn't Mom eat dinner with us anymore? Ellie asks. I pause, wooden spoon halfway to the sauce jar. She's working hard. Her job is important. But your job is important too, and you're here. 10 years old, and she sees what I've been trying not to see. Lena comes home at 8:47. The kids are in their rooms. I'm grading papers at the kitchen table while the dishwasher hums. Sorry, she says, dropping her purse. The Morrison people wanted drinks after the presentation. I don't know what that means. I've never had a job requiring drinks with clients at 8:45 on a Tuesday. Leftovers are in the fridge. She opens it, stares at the covered plate, then closes it. I'm not really hungry. We had appetizers. She pours wine instead. Pinot Noir from last weekend. I don't drink wine. How were the kids? Good. Ellie has a science project due Friday. Mason needs new cleats, I reply. She nods, scrolling through her phone while I talk. The light reflects in her eyes, and I wonder who she's texting at almost 9 p.m. I might have to go to Phoenix next month, she says without looking up. Regional conference, 3 days. Okay, I replied. You can handle things here? She asks. Always do. She finishes her wine and goes upstairs. I hear the shower, then the bedroom door closing. By the time I finish grading, she's asleep, curled away from me. I lie in the dark, listening to her breathe. 17 years of marriage, and this is what we've become. Parallel lives on separate tracks. She has her career, her travel, her late meetings. I have the kids, the house, the routine that keeps everything running. Maybe this is normal. Maybe this is what long-term relationships look like after excitement fades. Maybe I'm expecting too much. But lying here, listening to my wife breathe like a stranger, I can't shake the feeling that something fundamental has shifted. The foundation I thought we'd built feels hollow underneath. I just don't know what's living in that empty space yet. The soccer banquet is held in Jefferson High's cafeteria every November. Same folding tables, same pizza from Mario's, same awkward mix of parents making conversation while kids horse around. Mason's been playing for the Wildcats since he was 8. Lena was supposed to come, but work ran late again. I text her a photo of Mason receiving his trophy. No response. Coach Patterson steps up to the microphone. Before we wrap up, I want to thank our assistant coaches. He calls up Tyler Marks and Steve Chen. Tyler handles conditioning and defensive drills. Mid-30s, good-looking, drives a black pickup with oversized tires. Played college ball at Auburn. I excuse myself to find the restroom. Walking back, I hear voices from the alcove near the equipment room. Crazy busy this season, Steve Chen is saying. Tell me about it, Tyler responds. But hey, it's got its perks. I slow down, hidden by the trophy case. What kind of perks? Tyler laughs, low and crude. Some of the soccer moms are more appreciative than others. My chest tightens. Come on, man. You're married, Steve answers. So are they. That's what makes it interesting. Tyler's voice drops. You wouldn't believe what these corporate chicks will do when they're away from their boring husbands. Jesus, Tyler. I'm talking about the real deal here. PR chicks are wild, man. All that traveling, all those hotel rooms. PR chicks. Lena works in PR, travels constantly. The one from the Phoenix conference last month? Auburn hair, drives the silver Acura. Her husband teaches here. Math teacher, I think. Nice enough guy, but totally oblivious. The hallway tilts. Lena was in Phoenix last month. 3 days for a brand positioning summit. She bought me a t-shirt from the hotel gift shop. That's harsh, dude. Hey, I'm not the one who's married. Room 847, twice in one night. Told me her husband thinks she's in meetings. Blood rushes in my ears. I walk back to the cafeteria on autopilot. The fluorescent lights seem too bright. Everything looks artificial. Mason runs up with his trophy. Dad, can we get ice cream? Sure, buddy. My voice sounds normal, like nothing happened. Lena is at our kitchen table when we get home, laptop open, wine glass within reach. How was the banquet? Fine. Mason got most improved player. She smiles. That's wonderful. I'm sorry I missed it. Mason shows her the trophy, tells her about the pizza. She listens with the right expressions. I need to finish this proposal, she says. The Phoenix people want to expand to Texas markets. Phoenix. I nod and clean up. Load the dishwasher. Take out trash. Normal Tuesday routine. Lena stays at the laptop until 11. I'm in bed when she comes upstairs. She brushes her teeth, changes into her sleep shirt, slides under covers. Good night, she whispers. Good night. She falls asleep quickly. Clear conscience, I used to think. I lie in the dark, staring at the ceiling. The numbers don't add up. Late meetings past 9 p.m., weekend conferences requiring overnight stays. The way she's always on her phone now, texting with that small smile I used to think was for me. Tyler's laugh echoes, totally oblivious. I've been solving the wrong problem. I thought we were growing apart naturally. But this isn't calculus. This is basic arithmetic. My wife is having an affair with my son's soccer coach, and he's bragging about it where any parent might overhear. They're not just betraying me. They're laughing at me. I don't wake her. I don't confront her. I don't demand explanations. Instead, I start planning. The USB device looks like a phone charger. Slim black rectangle with a cord. Except this one has a built-in recorder, motion-activated, 48 hours of storage. I order it online, personal credit card. Arrives in 3 days, discreet packaging. I install it in Lena's Acura Thursday morning while she showers. The power outlet sits between the front seats, hidden but accessible. Records automatically when the car starts. Simple, efficient, legal. It's our jointly owned vehicle. The cloud mirroring takes more planning. Lena has an old iPad in the kitchen drawer, forgotten but still connected to her Apple ID. I enable notification mirroring, position it in my desk drawer at school. Screen recording software goes on our shared laptop. I set it to capture everything, save to a hidden encrypted folder. No dramatic gestures, no private investigators, Just careful documentation using access I already have. The first recording is 3 days of routine. Lena talking about traffic, humming to radio, taking work calls. Nothing incriminating, but it establishes baseline. The text messages are more revealing. Friday, 11:47 p.m. Tyler. You looked good today, Lena. Stop, Tyler. Can't help it, Lena. Cole's right downstairs. I screenshot everything. Date stamps, phone numbers, content. Saturday, 2:15 p.m. Lena. Kids are at my mom's until 6. Tyler, your place? Lena. Too risky. Hampton Inn on 280. Tyler. Room number? Lena. 237. Funny coincidence. Room 237. My classroom number. Bank records tell their story. Hotel charges I didn't know about. Restaurant bills for 2 when she claimed to eat alone. Victoria's Secret purchase. Lingerie I've never seen. I open a separate account at a different bank. Transfer money in small amounts. Not stealing. It's my salary too. But I need resources she doesn't know about. The lawyer consultation happens during lunch. Sarah Morrison, family law attorney. Her office is downtown, 20th floor with a view. What can I help you with? I slide a folder across her desk. I need to understand my options. She scans the printed emails and screenshots. Her expression doesn't change. How long has this been going on? She asked. 4 months documented. Probably longer. Children? She questions. 2. Mason 13, Ellie 10, I reply. She makes notes. Alabama is no fault, but adultery impacts custody and alimony. This documentation is thorough. I'm a math teacher. I like data. What are your priorities? She asked. Full custody. I don't want them living with someone who lies this easily. Courts prefer joint custody unless there's unfitness evidence, she replies. She's having an affair with their soccer coach, in hotel rooms paid with family money while lying to me and the kids. How is that not unfitness? It's adultery. That's different. But this documentation helps. Keep collecting, but nothing illegal, she replies. Everything here came from jointly owned devices, I answered. Good. Continue that pattern. And Mr. Whitaker, don't confront her yet. More evidence means stronger position. The next recording comes 2 weeks later. Lena's voice clear and casual. He's so predictable. Every morning, same routine. He never suspects anything because he never looks beyond his little schedule. Tyler's laughter in background. What does he think you do during work trips? Meetings, presentations. He actually believes I work 16-hour days in Phoenix. I told him the Morrison account required weekend research. He just nodded. How do you stand it? He asked. He's a good father, reliable. But Cole thinks love is meal prepping and homework help. He has no idea what passion looks like. I play it 3 times, memorizing every word. Predictable, reliable. No idea what passion looks like. 17 years of marriage, and this is how she describes me to her lover. Not cruel exactly, but dismissive. Like I'm a functional appliance she tolerates. That night I watch her sleep. She looks peaceful, content. Perfect arrangement. Stable home with predictable husband handling responsibilities. Plus excitement with younger man who makes her feel desirable. All benefits, no consequences. But every equation must balance. She's created a debt, and it's time to calculate interest. I don't confront her. I don't demand explanations. Instead, I keep building my case, preparing for the moment when I'll show her exactly how much this predictable man has been paying attention. She thinks I don't understand passion. She's about to learn that revenge is passion refined into mathematics. Cold, precise, and devastating when applied correctly. 2 days before Lena's annual branding summit, I print everything. 47 pages of texts, 12 hotel receipts matching supposed work meetings, screenshots of her calendar showing strategy sessions that were Hampton Inn afternoons, audio transcriptions with timestamps. The package looks professional, clean, like a research report. I make 3 copies. Each goes in a manila envelope with typed address labels. No return address. Just facts, organized chronologically, with a cover letter. Please find enclosed documentation regarding employee Lena Whitaker's conduct during company travel. This may be relevant to your conduct policies and professional standards. All materials obtained legally from jointly owned devices. First envelope to HR. Second to legal. Third to the CMO, Lena's boss's boss. I mail them Tuesday. Overnight delivery, signature required. They'll arrive Wednesday, one day before summit. The school board gets separate package. Different approach, different evidence. This focuses on Tyler's professional conduct. School employee pursuing relationships with parents, using facilities for personal communications. I include the audio where he brags about soccer moms and PR chicks. Screenshots of texts sent during school hours. Timeline showing how his relationship with Lena developed during soccer season. Please find enclosed evidence of professional misconduct by Tyler Marks. Mr. Marks has used his position to pursue inappropriate relationships with parents, creating conflicts that compromise program integrity. I sign this one. Tyler will know who reported him. Wednesday morning, normal routine. Coffee at 5:47, kids at 6:45. Lena leaves early for pre-summit preparation. Kisses my cheek, says she'll be home late because of planning dinner. Break a leg, I tell her. She smiles, grabs her coffee, drives away to what she thinks is just another day. My phone buzzes at 10:23. Unknown number. This is Janet from HR. We need your wife to call immediately. I don't respond. Second text at 11:15. Cole, this is urgent. Lena's not answering. Do you know where she is? I delete it. During lunch, Mrs. Henderson calls. Cole, doctor. Phillips wants to see you. His office is cramped, filled with filing cabinets and motivational posters. Cole, we need to discuss a personnel matter. Tyler Marks has been placed on administrative leave. The board received allegations about his conduct. I nod. What kind of allegations? Inappropriate relationships with parents. Misuse of school resources. He studies my face. You wouldn't know anything about this? Tyler coaches my son's team. If there are conduct issues, parents should know. Did you file a complaint? Yes, I replied. I pull out a printed transcript. The conversation I overheard, typed like a deposition. I heard him bragging about sexual relationships with married parents. That seemed like something the board should evaluate. Dr. Phillips reads without comment, expression getting grimmer. This is serious, Cole. If Tyler figures out you're behind this... Dr. Phillips, I documented factual statements and conduct violating board policy. If Tyler wants to retaliate, he's welcome to try. My phone stays silent until 3:45. Then it explodes. 7 missed calls from Lena. 12 texts. Cole, call me now. Something happened at work. They're saying horrible things. Please answer Cole. They fired me. They fired me. Where are you? I pick up Mason and Ellie as usual. When we get home, Lena's Acura is in the driveway. I find her at the kitchen table, still in business clothes but disheveled. Mascara streaked, hair falling out of professional arrangement. Open wine bottle, half empty. Cole. Her voice is raw. We need to talk. I set my keys down. Kids, homework upstairs. They exchange a look but don't argue. I sit across from Lena at the table where we've shared thousands of meals. They fired me, she says. I know. Her eyes widen. You know? How? Understanding dawns. Janet called you? Yes. What did she tell you? I reach into my bag, pull out a thick folder. Her name on the tab in my handwriting. I open it, spread contents across the table. Printed emails, text screenshots, hotel receipts, bank statements, photos of lingerie I've never seen. Lena stares like they're written in foreign language. How long have you known? She whispers. 4 months of documentation. Suspected longer. She picks up a text printout, reads her own words. Hands shake. Cole, I can explain. No need. Evidence explains itself. This isn't what it looks like. I pull out my phone, press play. He's so predictable. Never looks beyond his schedule. Cole thinks love is meal prepping and homework. He has no idea what passion looks like. Her own voice fills the kitchen. Clear, unmistakable, dismissive. Where did you get that? Your car. Amazing what people say when they think no one's listening. She reaches for wine with trembling fingers. How much do they know at work? Everything. HR, legal, and CMO all received complete documentation this morning. You sent this to my job? Voice climbs an octave. Cole, my career... Your career was built on lies, travel expenses, overnight meetings, weekend conferences, all fraud. She starts crying. Raw, ugly sobs. Please, we can fix this. I'll end it with Tyler. Find another job. Counseling. Tyler's been fired too. Crying stops. What? Administrative leave pending investigation. School boards don't appreciate employees who brag about being intimate with parents. She stares like seeing a stranger. You destroyed both our jobs. Tyler should have thought about consequences before bragging in school hallways. I stand, collect papers, return them to folder. Where are you going? She asked. To pack, I replied. Pack? She questions. Filing for divorce tomorrow, full custody. The kids and I are moving to Oak Street, 2 bedrooms, month to month. She follows upstairs. Cole, you can't take my children. Our children. And yes, I can. Adultery, financial deception, job loss due to misconduct. Any judge will see the pattern. In our bedroom, I pull a suitcase from the closet, start packing. This is insane. You're destroying our family over a mistake. I stop, turn to face her. A mistake is forgetting milk. This was 4 months of deliberate deception, planning, theft, lies to me, the kids, your employer. I never meant... You told Tyler I was predictable, reliable, that I had no idea what passion looked like. I zipped the suitcase. You were wrong about that last part. Downstairs, the kids pretend to do homework while obviously listening. Mason, Ellie, pack some clothes. We're staying somewhere else. Why? Ellie asks, voice small. I look at Lena. Give her one chance to take responsibility. She just stands there, wine glass in hand, saying nothing. Because sometimes adults make choices that hurt families, and when that happens, other adults have to protect the people they love. Mason understands first. 13, old enough to know dad packing suitcases means something permanent broke. Ellie starts crying too. I kneel, pull her close. It's going to be okay, sweetheart. Over her head, I meet Lena's eyes. She wants to say something that might fix this, might undo 4 months, might make me the predictable husband who looks away. Instead, I pick up my keys and head for the door. Cole, she calls. I turn back. I never meant to hurt you. I know, I say. That's what makes it worse. The rental on Oak Street costs $1,200 monthly, furnished. Nothing fancy. Beige carpet, white walls, mismatched appliances. But it's clean, and it's ours. Kids get their own rooms. I take the pull-out couch. It's like camping, I tell Ellie the first night. Will we go back home? She asks. This is home now. Mason adjusts faster. 13, old enough to understand families sometimes break. He focuses on gaming console and Wi-Fi password. I file divorce papers Friday morning. Sarah Morrison meets me at courthouse, all business in her dark suit. The adultery documentation is solid, she says on courthouse steps. Won't require fault for divorce, but impacts custody and alimony. I don't want alimony, I want my kids. Evidence supports full custody, job loss, deception, financial impropriety, but prepare for a fight. Lena's lawyer is Marcus Chen, Steve's older brother. Family connections. He calls Sarah 3 days after filing, which she puts on speaker. Mr. Whitaker's demands are unreasonable. My client made a mistake, but she's still a fit parent. Your client committed adultery for 4 months while lying to family, Sarah responds. Used family money for hotel rooms, lost her job due to misconduct. How is that fit parenting? People make mistakes. I lean toward phone. Mr. Chen, your client told her lover I was predictable and had no idea what passion looked like, called me an appliance. That's not mistake. That's contempt. Silence. Negotiations drag on. Lena wants joint custody, shared time, split holidays. She's moved back with her parents, sleeping in childhood bedroom. She calls every few days. First anger. You're using kids as weapons. Then bargaining. We can do counseling. Finally, desperation. I'll do anything. I don't take calls. Let them go to voicemail. Delete without listening. Kids see her on scheduled visits. Wednesday evenings, every other weekend, supervised by her parents. Court-ordered temporary arrangement. Mason returns quiet. Does homework, plays games, doesn't talk about mom. Ellie asks more questions. Why can't mom live with us? Because mom made choices that hurt our family. Will she make better choices? That's up to her. What I don't tell them, I don't care anymore. Lena could become a saint tomorrow. Wouldn't matter. She broke something fundamental. Not just trust, the basic contract of marriage. The agreement we were building something together, that we were partners. Instead, she ran a side business, keeping me as reliable provider while getting real needs met elsewhere. That calculation, that deception, isn't something you come back from. Divorce finalizes Tuesday in March. Judge Patricia Hammond, stern woman in her 60s. Mr. Whitaker gets full custody, she reads. Mrs. Whitaker gets supervised visitation every other weekend and Wednesday evenings, with possibility of unsupervised visits after 6 months compliance. Lena sits beside her lawyer in conservative navy suit, looking like she's attending a funeral. Doesn't look at me. Marital home will be sold, proceeds divided equally. Mr. Whitaker keeps pension and 401k. Mrs. Whitaker keeps personal belongings and car. Judge Hammond signs with practiced flourish. Divorce granted. 17 years ends with judicial signature and legal documents. Outside courthouse, Lena approaches me. Her parents wait by their car. Cole, she says. I stop, turn. She looks older, tired. Corporate polish gone. Kids need both of us. I know I messed up, but I'm still their mother. You'll see them every other weekend, just like court ordered. That's not what I mean. Really being their mother. Being involved. You should have thought about that before you told Tyler I was an appliance. She flinches. I never called you that. He's so predictable. Never looks beyond his schedule. No idea what passion looks like. Close enough. I was angry. You were honest. When people think no one's listening, truth comes out. I check my watch. I need to pick up the kids. Can we try to be friends? For Mason and Ellie. We can be civil co-parents who communicate about schedules, but friends? I shake my head. Friends don't lie for 4 months. Friends don't steal. Friends don't mock each other to lovers. I walk toward my car, leaving her on courthouse steps with parents and lawyer and wreckage of her choices. Kids take divorce news better than expected. We've been living apart 2 months already. So Mom won't live with us anymore? Ellie asks over dinner. That's right, but you'll still see her regularly. Will you get married again? Mason asks. Maybe someday. Would that bother you? He shrugs. As long as she's nice to us. That night, after homework and bedtime stories, I sit in quiet living room with coffee and divorce decree. Official document declaring marriage dissolved, family restructured, life fundamentally changed. I don't feel vindicated, don't feel free, just tired. Tomorrow I'll wake at 5:47, make coffee, get kids ready, same routine, different house. Mason has soccer tryouts next week, different team, different coach. Ellie wants Saturday art lessons. Life continues, always does. But tonight, in quiet of this rented house with sleeping children down the hall, I allow myself one moment of satisfaction. Lena thought I was predictable, reliable, too focused on routine to notice what was happening. She was wrong. I noticed everything, documented everything, used that information with surgical precision. The reliable husband she took for granted turned out to be the one person she should have feared crossing. 6 months later, I wake at 5:47 a.m. in the same rented house. Routine hasn't changed, but the weight feels different, lighter. Mason hit a growth spurt over summer. Taller than me now, all gangly limbs. New soccer team suits him. Coach Peterson focuses on fundamentals, treats kids like athletes instead of entertainment. Ellie started 5th grade with unexpected confidence, made new friends who don't know our history. To them, we're just the nice math teacher and his daughter who draws incredible horses. My divorce isn't secret. Small town, everyone knows everyone's business. But it's not the scandal I expected. Other teachers nod sympathetically, share their own stories. Parents are polite, professional. Few single mothers have made coffee interest clear, but I'm not ready for that complexity. Lena keeps scheduled visits with mechanical precision. Every other weekend, Wednesday dinners. Picks them up exactly on time, returns exactly when court ordered. We communicate through co-parenting app that timestamps messages, keeps lawyers out of scheduling conflicts. She found work in Atlanta. Marketing coordinator for healthcare nonprofit, 40% pay cut, but it's work. Drives up every other Friday, stays at Hampton Inn, different location across town. Probably can't stand sight of the 280 location. Kids adapt to routine. Mason talks about mom like dentist appointments, necessary but not exciting. Ellie still asks questions. Why don't you and mom talk more? We talk when needed, about schedules and school, but not like friends. No, sweetheart, not like friends. She accepts this. 10 years old, already learning some broken things don't get fixed, just managed. Tyler moved to Tennessee after investigation concluded. Lost teaching certificate, had to find work outside education. Heard his wife filed for divorce, took kids back to Mississippi. Another family destroyed by his need to brag. I don't feel guilty. Tyler made choices when he decided to pursue married parents, when he laughed about clueless husbands in school hallways. Actions have consequences. Basic mathematics. Thursday evening in October, while kids do homework, my phone buzzes. Unknown number. This is D. Lena's friend. Can we talk? D. Remember her from school functions, work parties, tall, blonde, always laughing too loud. One of the friends who knew about Tyler and said nothing. I delete without responding. She tries again. Please, it's important. Lena's not doing well. She needs help. 4th message. I finally respond. Not my problem anymore. She still loves you. She loved Tyler too. Didn't stop her from destroying our family. That was different. You were her husband, her life. I stare at screen, then type. I was her appliance. Someone predictable who handled boring parts while she got real needs met elsewhere. Those were her words. Messages stop after that. Week later, grading papers after school when Dr. Phillips knocks. Cole, got a minute? He comes in, closes door. Still makes me nervous. Wanted to give you heads up. Lena called school today. Asked about your performance, relationship with students, whether there'd been complaints. My pen stops moving. What kind of complaints? She was fishing. Implied you might be struggling emotionally, that divorce was affecting work. He sits in student desk, looks awkward. I told her your performance has been exemplary, zero concerns about professionalism. Thank you. Cole, I have to ask. Any issues I should know? Anything at home that might spill into work? I set down pen, looked directly at him. Lena's trying to create problems because she doesn't like custody arrangement. She wants ammunition for another court hearing. There are no issues with my work, student relationships, or emotional stability. He nods slowly. That's what I figured. Wanted to hear it from you. I've been teaching 12 years. My divorce doesn't change that I know how to do my job. After he leaves, I sit in quiet classroom thinking about Lena's desperation. 6 months of supervised visitation, and she's trying to manufacture evidence I'm unfit, calling my workplace for ammunition. The woman who cheated 4 months, who lied to our children, who stole family money for hotel rooms, that woman's trying to prove I'm the unfit parent. The mathematics would be funny if it weren't pathetic. That night, after kids are asleep, I call Sarah Morrison. Lena contacted my principal today, fishing for information about job performance, I answered. Not surprising. Her lawyer probably advised looking for leverage for custody modification. Will it work? I asked. Did she find anything? She replied. My principal made clear my performance is exemplary, I replied. Then it won't work. Cole, desperate people do desperate things. Document the contact, keep doing what you're doing with kids, don't give her ammunition. I haven't given her ammunition for 6 months, I replied. I know. That's why she's getting desperate. After hanging up, I walk through our small house, checking locks, turning off lights. In Mason's room, he's sprawled across bed with phone still in hand, probably fell asleep texting. I take phone, plug into charger, pull blanket to shoulders. In Ellie's room, she's arranged stuffed animals in precise formation around pillow. She sleeps like I do, neat, controlled, everything in place. My kids are thriving. Good grades, healthy friendships, no signs of emotional damage destroyed families supposedly produce. They adapted because I gave them stability, routine, age-appropriate honesty. Meanwhile, their mother calls my workplace trying to manufacture evidence I'm unfit, drives up from Atlanta every other weekend for minimal contact, lives in whatever temporary housing she can afford on reduced salary. I don't enjoy her suffering, don't celebrate her losses, but I don't regret them either. She made choices that destroyed our family. I made choices that protected what remained. Difference is mine were calculated, deliberate, designed to serve long-term interests of people I love. Hers were impulsive, selfish, designed to serve immediate desires without regard for consequences. Now she's living with those consequences, and I'm living with mine. In living room, I sit on pull-out couch with coffee and look at framed photo on end table. Mason and Ellie at beach last summer, building sand castles, laughing at something outside camera's range. Just 3 of us now, but we're enough. Lena wanted passion. Found it with Tyler, in hotel rooms paid with money I earned, while I stayed home believing her lies about work meetings. She was right about one thing. I didn't understand that kind of passion. The reckless kind that destroys everything you claim to love for temporary excitement. But I understand different passion. The cold, patient kind that plans carefully and strikes precisely. The kind that collects evidence for months without revealing emotion. The kind that systematically dismantles someone's life using their own choices as weapons. She called me predictable, reliable. Said I had no idea what passion looked like. I hope she understands now she was wrong about that last part. In quiet of my rented house, with children sleeping safely down the hall, I allow myself complete honesty. I'm not telling this story to heal, to move on, to find therapeutic closure. I'm telling it as warning. To the next man who hears his wife laugh too hard at another man's jokes. To the husband who notices partner's sudden interest in weekend conferences. To the father who feels like appliance in his own home. Reliable, predictable, taken for granted. Don't blame yourself for their choices. Don't accept narrative that you drove them to betrayal by being boring, by not being passionate enough, by focusing too much on responsibilities. Document everything. Prepare carefully. When you're ready to act, do it with surgical precision. And that's the end of today's story. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment below. Your support helps the algorithm push my content further. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me keep creating more stories for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.